Hey everyone, Bravo Breakdown is back to recap episode 12, the season finale of The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. This episode is titled The Fairy Tale is Over. Wow, I can't believe the season is over. It went by so fast. There is not one housewife, well, at least yet, that I don't like or think belongs on the cast. Alicia is my all-time favorite this season. She is so funny. I love how she talks. You can tell she's genuine and she has these little quirks to her where it's like she says things and she's not even trying, but she's so funny. She was on Watch What Happens Live Sunday night with the always stunning Cynthia Bailey from Atlanta. And she was just saying the funniest thing. She had Andy laughing. She's just so cute. Okay, so episode 12 starts out at Kelsey's apartment. She is talking to Liz on the phone while packing for Block Island. Kelsey says it's the most beautiful place Rhode Island has to offer. Liz doesn't want to fight with Joe Ellen or let things bother her. Kelsey says, let's try to end the summer on a positive note. Liz just wants to have a blast and says she will see her tomorrow morning at the ferry. So now it's the day of traveling to Block Island. Everyone starts showing up to the ferry. Liz says it's a little odd to see Joe Ellen. Joe Ellen did walk right up to Liz, though, and gave her a hug. Joe Ellen doesn't have a problem seeing Rulla. It's Brian who, they all get on the ferry, and Jared tells everyone he gets motion sickness. But Ashley is just loving life. She loves the sun, and salt water makes her feel the most alive and pretty. Pure Titanic vibes. And then they are reenacting a scene from Titanic on the ferry. I love it. Okay, so they arrive to Block Island. Ashley says it's Rhode Island's Caribbean. The group all notices how high the tide is and the waves are super choppy. Is this a foreshadowing of what's to come? They all get pineapple drinks and hang out under some cabanas at the beach. Joellen immediately pulls Liz aside to talk to her. Joellen starts out with, I miss you. Liz agrees. Joellen says, I think we have a genuine friendship. Do you? Liz says, yeah, I do. Joellen says, well, I'm checking because I feel like I'm going fucking crazy. Liz says, I don't want to rehash. They both agree they said things. Then they go back to the incident known as the Ride from Hell with Rich's Sinatra performance. Liz says she kept asking Joellen to keep her effing hands off her for 3 hours. And I didn't remember this, but they panned back, like did flashbacks from that car ride. And Joellen is constantly putting her hands on Liz in the car. Not like she's punching her, but she was like constantly grabbing at her arm. I didn't really notice that before. And then pans back to the show, and Liz is asking her directly, get your fucking hands off me. Joellen admits she did that, but Liz says it was to irritate her. Liz says, look, things have been done and said on both ends to break trust for both of us. Maybe we can start over from a new place to rebuild. Joellen says she can move on, but doesn't want to start the friendship over. She wants to improve their friendship. Liz says if we can both focus on the positive with each other. Liz is like, hey, you're charismatic and funny. Let's move on and have a stronger friendship moving forward. Joellen says, I can do that. They hug it out and have a cute little hugging moment on the beach. Then we pan over back to Rulla. She's apologizing to the other ladies not being around as much this summer. She admits she hasn't spoken with Joellen since the polo event way earlier in the season, and that's when the pics of the mistress were circulating. Rulla feels Joellen is working behind the scenes to stir up the pot. Rulla says, put yourself in my shoes. Would you like it if someone did that to you at a public event? Rosie chimes in and says no, but I would want to see the video before I made a decision. Me too, Rosie. I would want to see the video as well. Then Joellen and Liz rejoin the group. They do shots. And then we're panning over to a little side conversation between Gary, Joellen's husband, and Billy, Alicia's fiance. He says he is kind of feeling like Alicia needs more with all the chatter about why they're not married. He says she's told him he's not romantic. And Gary says, "You seem pretty romantic to me." Ha ha ha. Billy wants to do a re-proposal to Alicia, and Gary says, "You're going to hit a home run with that." Okay, so then Joellen, Rosie, and Alicia are now having a side conversation. Rosie tells Joellen exactly what happened at the Arabian Nights party about telling Rulla to her face about the video. Rosie says it's about calling you a liar versus accepting her husband's a cheater, and you're an easy target. This all boils down to calling Joellen a liar. Joellen says, "You asked for proof? I got it." And Rulla's talking. We're kind of panning back and forth between the different groups at the beach. So then we're panning back over to Rulla talking with Liz, Kelsey, and Ashley. Rulla's literally, she goes, "I'm not ready for a convo with Joellen," and says, "Maybe you guys can relay the message to her that she doesn't feel ready." And Liz goes, "No, I'm not doing that. You got to do it. Say it from your own mouth." I agree, Liz. I'm not a big fan of telephone like that. Okay, so then everyone is checking into the hotel, the Atlantic Inn. Kelsey tells everyone to get freshened up and they will meet later for dinner. So while we see everyone settling in their rooms, Billy takes Alicia outside to this cute little setup he has with flowers. And there's like two chairs and a heart, there's candles. He is doing a romantic gesture, and Alicia loves it and says, "I'm going to cry. This is so special." Billy describes them as two ships in the night getting caught up in stuff that isn't important. He starts talking about their relationship and says he was taken back when Alicia said about their proposal earlier. Billy says, "I'm not getting any younger." And Alicia says, "I'm happy you realize this." Alicia says, "This is the best moment. You never did anything like this." He then asks her to stand, and she's like, "I have to stand?" And she's like, "Can't you get on your knee?" And then you hear Rosie cheering out her window in the front. It's just so cute because like he's obviously trying here, and she's like, "Why do I got to stand? Can't you get?" It's just so cute. And so he does get down on one knee, and he says, "Will you do the honor of marrying me?" And she's like, "Do you the honor?" And he's like, "Will you marry me?" Come on. Um, I do kind of wish Billy may have had another ring for her or just some other beautiful diamond band. I don't like that he's using the old engagement ring to repropose, but it is what it is. The ring is beautiful anyways. It's not like it's you know, a shitty ring she already has, but I kind of just like if he's going to repropose, bring her another ring, bring her a diamond band, something. But they're so cute and funny. And Alicia just says, "I love that he's actually listening," and got her dream proposal. She's so excited to tell her family, but knows they're going to say, "It's already been 9 years." She says, "Billy, I feel like we are destined to be together. I would not have stuck around this long because, a lot of guys like me, let's be honest." She's so cute. I love her. She says instead of renewing their vows, they're going to renew their engagement every 10 years. I love it. Alicia and Billy go to the bar afterwards, and Rosie runs down just screaming, congratulating them. And it's so funny because Rosie goes, "Did you get another ring?" And she goes, "No." And then you see Rosie make the face. Alicia says, "I want a ring so big my hand falls." Okay. So now Joe Ellen is actually going to Rulla's room in private to talk. So she shows up, knocks on the door. They both compliment each other's looks. They're playing nicey nicey. Joe Ellen says, "I want to clear the air," and says, "I am not trying to overstep. I got the proof you asked for." Rulla says, "It's the way you went about it and portrayed." Joe Ellen is upset. Brian keeps calling her a liar. Rulla says, "Are you sure you've been truthful about everything?" She says, "Yes, I'm here to help you. If you want to see it, I have the proof." Rulla says, "I have been broken down all summer long," and ultimately doesn't want to see the video, saying this stuff is sensitive and she can't handle this. Okay, so then kind of out of the blue, a quiet bomb drops. And if you're not really paying attention, you could miss this part of the episode. So we then pan over to Brian and Gary having a private conversation down at the bar. Brian tells Gary is Joellen's husband, by the way. So Brian tells him, he goes, "Yeah, I fucked up. There's a video. Biggest mistake of my life. Maybe it was middle age, maybe the hormones." And Gary's face, like he was like, wow, wait, did he just admit that this video is real? There is a video. Did he just admit to all of it? To me, yes. Like he was going man to man. He's like, "Yeah, I fucked up. There's a video. Something's up with me," right? I was like, wow. Okay. So he admits it. Where's this going? Pan back to Rulla and Joellen. Their talk ends civilly. Joellen says it will not be brought up again. But then as she's leaving and going down the stairs, she runs straight into Brian as he's coming back up to the room. How awkward. I was like, oh my God. Okay, so then that's all over, and then everyone fully congregated at the bar, ready to head to dinner. A true East Coast clam bake. So they all get down to dinner. It's outside. It looks freezing. All the girls are freezing. There's heaters everywhere. They're all in sweaters. So Kelsey then stands up to address the group with a box. The box is called the clamshell confessional. So there's questions in the box to pass around for everyone to answer, or you can pass to a spouse. Little shady. Kelsey joking, "Only the strong couples will survive." The box eventually makes its way to Rulla, and she goes, "I'm passing this." And Alicia says, "Oh no, read it. Read that shit now." And her question is, what is the most embarrassing thing your partner has ever done in public? Well, yeah, I see why she wanted to pass. Dramatic music plays. She then passes it over to Gary, and Gary says Joellen doesn't embarrass herself much. So then Kelsey gets a question. Is there one person who smiles to your face and will stab you in the back? And she sends it right on down to Rulla. Rulla says, earlier this summer, I may have said Joellen, but now I don't think anyone here would fit that mold. And they all agree that's a very sweet answer. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, Brian starts to give a toast. It's so random. He's like, "I'm not proud of what he has done, but it looks like it has made them the most popular couple." Ew, gross. Then Rulla starts talking, and she says it's been an amazing summer with lots of ups and downs, and then she just starts crying. She breaks down. Alicia immediately starts consoling her because she's sitting right next to her. Joellen says, "Rulla, I had your back, and we talked privately." Because Alicia kept pushing a bit, so then Joellen had to step in and say, like, "Hey, we talked privately. It's okay." Because Alicia kept pushing at Joellen. Rosie says, "Hey, it's not your fault, and it's weird you're being blamed. The problem is sitting right next to me, aka Brian." And then it gets weirder because Brian's over here whispering to Rulla in her ear, like, "Thanks for putting your ego pride aside for the good of our family." So creepy. Liz is worried Rulla is in denial. The group agrees to put this to bed, and done. We put it in the ocean and it drowned. On to the next. Kelsey said, "This is the exact reason I wanted to come here tonight." She wants everyone to move forward and wants the best for each other. So then the episode ends with the little segments they do going through each housewife and kind of like little life updates next to these segments. And after that's done, we're hit with the final bomb of the season. Local podiatrist and the husband of a real housewife of Rhode Island pleads not guilty to misdemeanor domestic violence charge. Brian Pontarelli is accused of placing an electronic tracking device on another person's car. Rulla filed a no-contact order against him. What? So he's the cheater, but he's tracking her? But didn't she say earlier in the season that she tracks him? Now he's arrested? Okay. So this is how I know. To me, this means cameras pick back up. So then we're panning to Rulla's house. The Chiron says October 2025. To me, this means cameras picked back up after wrapping. I believe they filmed toward the end of the summer. So we're going over to Rulla's house. Rosie, Ashley, Kelsey, and Alicia come over. And then we have Joellen and Liz in a separate segment. They're not at Rulla's house. So Joellen goes to visit Liz. And in that visit to Liz, Joellen says she texted Rulla 2 times saying she was thinking of her, and the only response she got is a TY. So we then pan back over to Rulla's house. She says Brian unfortunately was arrested for tracking her car, which falls under domestic violence and stalking. Rulla does admit she was suspicious he was tracking her. So she said, I took my car to BMW where she leases and, hey, can you check my car? And they just told her, like, we can't touch it. You need to go straight to the police station. Rulla confirms to the ladies, nothing physical has happened, but she did tell Brian to get deeper help to figure out his shit. Whether we are together or not together, right now, he's not here in their home. Panning back to Joellen at Liz's house, Joellen tells Liz, he's never given me good vibes and got creepy vibes energy from Brian. Then she drops another little bomb and says the mistress picked him up from jail. Oh my God. Back to Rulla's house. Rulla says she's trying to stay out of the public eye, and the ladies rally around her and say they're here for her, whatever she needs. Rulla says she still wants to know why he did this. And the ladies are like, well, have you asked him? And she's like, yeah, I asked him directly, and he just dances around it. What a loser. She has a hunch he wants to know when she's coming or approaching his business. She says Brian has been shook up by this. He's been really shooken up by being arrested and in jail for a few hours. And Rosie's like, well, how are you doing? You've been through a lot this past summer. You're the one going through all this. And it literally ends with Rulla just saying, I don't know. And a lot of dramatic music plays. And that's it for the season finale of The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. They start showing some clips from the 2-part reunion special coming up. It looks intense, and they put Brian on the hot seat. Andy is definitely going to ask him all the right questions. I hope he at least answers honestly. The fact that Rulla said that she directly asked Brian, why are you tracking me? And he danced around it. So frustrating. Okay. Just saying, here's my hunch. I think Brian has probably never been faithful to a woman in a relationship. Tracking your wife, your beautiful wife, is not a, hey, I'm a new cheater type behavior. This is calculated and honestly seems to be part of his lifestyle. It just shows the level of planning he did to cover up his affair. What do you guys think about all of this? This is crazy. I just feel for Rulla because the first, season she's ever on reality TV, it's all about her husband's affair. Shaking my head. And that's it for this Bravo breakdown on Just Saying. Thank you for listening and stay tuned as I continue recapping Season 1 of The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We only have the 2-part reunion special left. What do you guys think of this new franchise? Send me a message, leave me a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my new YouTube channel. Bye.